In the last 15 days, 5 attacks have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, security forces have launched multiple anti-terror operations in the valley. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're taking you through the details emerging from the Anantnag operation, where Republic TV has now accessed first pictures of the terrorists who were gunned down earlier in the day in Anantnag. The bigger information essentially emerging is that forces have now avenged the killing of a young army captain on 15th of June. It turns out that the army captain who was killed in Doda, the person behind this, the terrorist behind it, on your screens right now, these are the first images coming in of Arbaz, who's the operational commander of Jaish, the offshoot of Jaish. There are 2 terrorists who have been identified. In fact, they've been gunned down earlier in the day. Let me also go across to my colleague Gursubrut, who's joining us on this broadcast, getting us the first images of the terrorists who were gunned down in Anantnag. What more details are you picking up? Because it's quite significant, because the attack that took place on 15th of June in Doda, it was masterminded by Arbaz, who also happens to be the Jaish commander.
Yes, Shravan, Jaish was present in the team of the terrorists that carried out that deadly attack on the Indian Army patrol. It was on the Captain Brajesh Thapa and 3 of his fellow army men that were carrying out the patrol in the area when they were ambushed by the terrorists. And after carrying out this attack, it was on the 28th of July, we are told that these terrorists fled to the Kashmir Valley. They had an encounter in the Kashmir as well, but there also they managed to escape. He was involved in the attack in the South Kashmir, where one Special Forces Jawan and also a Rashtra Rifle Jawan was killed in action while fighting with these terrorists. We are told that Arbaz Malik, he went to Pakistan twice. First on a valid visa via Nepal in 2018, then he came back. Then in 2020, he went to Pakistan via Atari Wagah, and then he did not return. After 2 years of training in Pakistan, occupied Jammu and Kashmir, he infiltrated into the Indian territory, and then he was given the charge of running the People's Anti-Fascist Front, which is an offshoot of Jaish-e-Mohammed in Jammu and Kashmir. Now it is a big setback to Jaish's offshoot plans in Jammu and Kashmir of targeting the security forces in the upper areas of the Jammu and also in the South Kashmir, because they have been moving in the ridge starting from the Doda to Kishtwar to South Kashmir's Kulgam. He was from Kulgam, Skoimu area, and he was missing for last 4 years. And now what we are picking up from the sources in the Kashmir Zone Police as well as in the Jammu Police, that he has been neutralized in the operation that was carried out by the Jammu and Kashmir Police along with the 7 para-special forces of the Indian Army in an operation, a brief encounter that took place early today morning. And this is a big setback to the Jaish plan in Jammu and Kashmir, because he was the one who was coordinating all the attacks in the Jammu region, especially in the Doda, Kishtwar, Udhampur, and also in the Kathua, because this belt that starts from the international border towards the Kashmir Valley, heading through the districts, 4 districts, starting Kathua, Udhampur, then Doda, and then Kishtwar. They were active in this ridge. Now, as we speak, after the killing of these 2 terrorists, 7 terrorists of 2 groups are active in the Doda district. One of the group is active in the Udhampur, and now the security forces have launched an intensified operation. And as we speak, more than 30 anti-terror operations are underway in Jammu, and the killing of Arbaz Ahmed Mir is a big success for the forces, as they have avenged the killing of 4 brave hearts of the Indian Army in Doda's Desa area.
Gursubrut, with regards to the second terrorist was gunned down earlier in the day, what more details are you picking up? Because it turns out that there too a significant catch by the forces.
Yes, Shravan, what we are picking up from the Kashmir Zone Police, that the second terrorist who has been neutralized in this operation has been identified as Zahid Rishi, and the details that are emerging, that he is a local terrorist and he was working as a PSO to the commander, because Jaish follows a rule that with one of their top commanders, one PSO will follow, and this is actually what was happening. Zahid Rishi was along with this terrorist for a longer period of time, we are told, and he was moving in this very area of South Kashmir for last couple of months, because after exfiltrating to the Kashmir zone from the Jammu side, after crossing the upper reaches of the Kishtwar, they were operating in that very area only, and since August, September and October, they were active in this very area. Though there were 2 times the contact was established with this group of terrorists, but they managed to escape from this very area twice in both the operations by the Jammu and Kashmir Police along with the Indian Army. But today it was a intel-based information in which the special forces of the Indian Army launched the operation, and soon after the operation was started, they both got trapped in an open field and were neutralized.
Well, thank you very much, Gursimran, for getting us the latest details as we get you the first pictures of the Pakistani terrorists who were neutralized in Anantnag. Just a quick recap of what we know so far with regards to the operation that was carried out in other parts. In fact, in Khanyar, which is again the heart of Srinagar, where we're being told that an operation was also carried